Hello everybody, welcome back. I wasn't expecting to do another light bulb video this soon, but this weekend when I went to the local hardware store, I found these bulbs for sale, and they were $1 a piece, which was impressive considering normally they're about $2 to $4 on eBay, and that's generally the cheapest place by a significant margin. Normally when you see bulbs like this in the hardware store, at least where I am, you're paying almost double what you would pay on eBay. Now granted, you can get them that day right off the shelf, but considering they ship them for free on eBay, waiting a month for a light bulb really isn't that bad. So this is interesting. I wasn't expecting a day like this for, I'd argue, several years. LED filaments are slowly seeping onto the market, but looks like they'll be speeding that up pretty fast. Another interesting thing that I kind of liked, at the same time as these things were flooding the shelves in the hardware store, there was this big shelf full of CFLs, and they were all $1 a piece. So it looks like the hardware store is trying to push out all the CFLs. They're hopefully seems like they won't be carrying them much longer. And the thing is with CFLs is the old ones were fantastic, but the issue is these new ones, they don't last as long as they should, and even if they're using less mercury, you're throwing them out arguably well over twice the rate, probably many more times. The old ones do not ever die, it seems. And at the end of the day, that's a ton of mercury. And you could argue that all the energy they've ever saved is going to be wasted sometime later on when someone has to go deal with all that mercury that has landed up in the landfill. So I'm pretty happy to see CFLs going. They were an interesting light source, but I think their time is well past. So hopefully LED filaments will take over all the LEDs. I find a lot of those surface mount component LEDs, for the most part, are, well, for one, as this bulb claims, you get omnidirectional light, and you don't get that very well off surface mount LEDs because, well, obviously whatever surface they're mounted on, you're not getting light behind that. So I'm hoping, as I said before, that these LEDs really spread. This bulb was $1. You'll see later on, you get what you pay for. It's a bit on the stroby side, but I can't argue. I mean, 40 watts, I prefer much brighter, but once again, beggars can't be choosers. So we just go ahead and open the bulb. Oh shoot, ripped it. Well, yeah, like it's 2700K. Saves $57 over its life. Considering I probably already saved $5 getting this bulb out of the hardware store, I'd argue that's a reasonable thing. Then again, 40-watt bulbs are also dirt cheap if you go incandescent, so maybe this bulb better last for a while after all. But I'm trying not to touch it because it's hard to get fingerprints off of these things once you've opened them. So here's the bulb itself. We've got 4 1-watt filaments in there. It's got this no-name Greenlight brand etch, and then garbage instructions like how to throw out your bulb, and how energy efficient it is. It's claiming 450 lumens, which, if you ask me, and if you do the math, that's kind of more closer to 50 watts equivalent of an incandescent. So hopefully this bulb will be more like arguably a 45-watt incandescent equivalent, which would be nice. Although at the same time, over time, these things do downrate. So it might be brighter now, but near the end of its life, maybe that's when it will be the actual 40-watt equivalent. So I guess at this point we might as well go give it power. I've got this socket's absolutely overkill for the job, so we don't have to worry about anything going wrong here. So we put it in, and it doesn't look like it's strobing. It looks solid on the camera, at least that I can see, but this camera's also recording at 30 frames per second. I haven't figured out how to get it to 60 yet. But if I do this, the strobing becomes very clear. And it looks bad on camera, and I assure you it looks just as bad when I'm waving my hand in front of it in person. And I guess I'm lucky because I'm in the US, so we've got 60 hertz power here. I feel like such a bulb in, say, Britain, that would be very unpleasant. 50 hertz, I feel 50 hertz would be a real pain. And I guess that's one of those things, one of the advantages of 60 hertz here, at least, is if you get a cheap LED bulb, it doesn't strobe as bad. But being one of those members of the PC community, I personally feel 60 hertz really isn't enough anyway, although good luck ever being able to afford that, it seems. But I do prefer LED bulbs that are at the 120 hertz full wave rectified mark. But I guess, like I said, I can't complain. This was a $1 bulb. I've paid $3 for LED filament bulbs, and I have strobe just as bad, if not worse. So yeah, it's a nice light. I think the CRI score on this thing is around 80. It's not fantastic, but don't use it in your kitchen and you'll be fine. This would be like a good reading lamp, I'd argue. Although I guess you might want brighter light, it's hard to say. But I think reading just in general is good enough, so you can't argue. So now we're going to compare this to my favorite LED filament bulb ever. I got this off of eBay a couple months ago, and we'll light it with a LED filament bulb. This thing is an 8-watt bulb, so it's naturally going to be brighter. But it's 120 hertz full wave rectified with a capacitor, so this thing does not strobe at all. It was, when I got it, it was $3.50, so it was by far one of the cheaper ones. And I didn't have very high hopes of it. This was kind of an experimental bulb. I bought it hoping it would be interesting, and it's delivered. I've been using it fairly often since. It's probably been seeing 3 or 4 hours of use a day, because it's in the room where I'm doing all my homework. So it's so far it's held up just fine, no problems with it. And now we'll go plug it in. Obviously, as I said before, it's going to be brighter. This thing's about a 75 watt equivalent, but unfortunately, it seems like you can't go really any higher with LED filament bulbs. One thing that you'll notice is it's got a really odd shadow pattern on it. That's something that this style of filament really solves, because that pattern of shadow from the filaments and just the mount supporting them is a bit annoying. If you have a lampshade, it kind of makes the lampshade look weird. I'm waiting for them to make frosted A19 style LED filament bulbs. They make frosted candelabra bulbs, which I really like. We have those in our chandelier now. They're using, well, we've replaced 4 out of the 6, and that's saved a ton of power. Something like 144 watts or something. So I'm hoping they'll start making frosted bulbs of this. So far, when you look around, you can find a picture of a frosted bulb, but I haven't actually found anywhere where you can order one from a reputable site. It's more of a AliExpress buy 1,000 of them, or just a no-name site that I honestly would not trust my money to. But yeah, it's noticeably brighter, and this is the thing. There's not really any strobe. It looks like there's some on the camera, but in person you don't get that. So even if it is a 60 hertz, there's definitely a capacitor of some sort in there. And I mean, if they did this in all the LED filament bulbs, I honestly don't see a reason why. I can't think of anything that will compete with them for a while, because it's cheap light. Well, I guess Incandescent's still cheaper, but in the long run, it's also cheap light. The light quality is fairly good. This one I think is 85 CRI, so slightly better. And hopefully it'll be a bright future with these bulbs. I honestly am not too sure what the next style of lighting is going to be, but if it's something like this, I'd say we're doing something right. So until next time, I guess. Thank you for watching.